Okay, we're rolling.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Podcast series. It's Dave with you. It's a short one, just a quick one today. I want to talk about podcast mentors. You know, the gurus, the people who sell you stuff, the people you're going to meet in Facebook groups, the people who swarm you, email you, and sometimes just outright annoy you. Podcast mentors. It's interesting because I host a podcast about podcasting. I'm here helping podcasters, and yet I still get almost probably as many emails as you do from people trying to get me to buy their products and services. And anyways, your relationship with a podcast mentor is something that can make your podcast journey better, can make it worse. I'm hoping that you find the right person who can help you. And I have one measuring stick for you, a quick one today, that will help you determine if you're working with the right person. Before you get too far in, before you spend $2,000 to work with a certain podcaster, before you go opening your wallet, opening your bank account, sending off that e-transfer, something to think about here on the podcast around podcast mentors. And if you picked the right one, or if you didn't, you're on the How to Podcast series. I want to talk to you about where you're pouring your time, your energy, and your money into when you're seeking support as a podcaster. That shiny influencer with million downloads sells you a course you like because of their charisma, their chutzpah. They're a good salesperson. Or the big name coach whose hype reels and video and how they show up on social make you feel inspired. I want you just to pump the brakes for a second here. Just think about this. Don't invest in someone based on how much you like them. Invest in someone who invests in you first. It's not about how much you like this person, their personality, how they show up, they're funny, they're engaging. It's not about who you like. It's about who invested in you first. That's how you know if you found the right person. So think about this. The best mentors, communities, and collaborators aren't the ones that are flashing on billboards. They're the ones showing up for you without any invoice attached. They have free meetups that they host, and they remember your name. They think about you. They make connections for you. They are always trying to help you be better. You're in their thoughts. That's a true mentor. You're in their thoughts, not just their funnel. It's the people that remember you, think of you, and are always thinking of ways to make your podcast journey better. It's the newsletter curator who shouts out your episode unprompted. It's the podcast guru and mentor that shows up in your email comments and leaves you encouraging thoughts. It's the mentor who helps you set up your Buy Me a Coffee and then donates to your Buy Me a Coffee. It's those types of people. These are the people who are pouring into your growth before you even open your wallet. They invest time, feedback, and genuine interest in what you're doing, what your show's about, and how they can help. Real equity in your success from the beginning. They watch your network grow, and they're part of your network in the process. We've all been around people who have been burned around by chasing likes, and that leads to letdowns. Ghosted DMs from your idols, overpriced programs with cookie cutter advice. It's an assembly line. It's like an echo chamber in these groups where you're just another subscriber. You're just another tick on their sales funnel. So flip the script. Audit your inner circle in 2026. Who replies to your late night tech panic? Who celebrates your wins like it's their own? Who challenges your rants without changing and charging you by the hour, that's the gold mine. Build alliances with mutual givers, not just one-way takers. If we just did that, vetting support by their investment in us first, we would dodge 80% of the heartbreak that presents itself when we pick the wrong person. No more fear of missing out, fueled regrets for you. No more empty bank accounts in 2026. No stalled shows from mismatched guidance. No books that sit on your shelf that you never could finish. No podcasts about podcasting that leave you feeling like, why am I here? Your podcast thrives through real back and forth between you and your chosen mentor. I want you to seek people who invest in you first, and then invest in them back and level up in a sustainable way for your podcast. The best support flows strongest from those already betting on you. Prioritize them and build an unbreakable momentum with these people, and sidestep the podcasting common pitfalls presented by people who are more in it for their own glory than your success. If you find the right person who believes in you, your podcast journey is going to be much better. And if I can help in that, I'd love to. howtopodcast.ca. Thanks for being here. Hopefully we get to talk to each other soon. Take care. So I get asked quite often, usually at the end of a podcast, like right now, Dave, how can we help you? Like, how can we, as a listener, like, support the show? Can we come rake your leaves? Can we cut the grass? Shovel the snow? Watch your dog? Help you move? What can we do? Clean your dishes? Oh, that'd be interesting. Well, if you can't do that because, you're in Poland, maybe you can help us by supporting us with our Buy Me a Coffee. It's right there on our website. And, it just will help us to, A, stay fueled because, we drink a lot of coffee around here, and it helps the show. So if you want to help us, it's out of the goodness of your heart. I can tell you that listening to the podcast to this point, you've already helped us so much. But I do have people saying, Dave, I'd love to give back something small, even just to the show. Buy Me a Coffee link is on our website at howtopodcast.ca. And you can support the show that way. It would mean a lot to have you on our team supporting what we do here. If you find value in the show, then that's great. Share the show, tell somebody about it. And when somebody says, Dave, I want to start a podcast, who should I check out? Oh, you should go check out the How to Podcast series because of all the great co-hosts and all the things that happen here, the meetups, everything. And I would appreciate that. And then fill our cup once in a while if you can. But again, thank you so much for being here and supporting the How to Podcast series. Take care. Talk soon. Okay, so you're still here. Awesome. Even though it's a short episode, I'm just going to throw this on at the end. Questions and answers specific to podcasting as a little bonus content for you. So thanks for sticking around. Question was, how long should my podcast episode be? We've talked about this before, but if you're first time here, let's just break this down simple. Your podcast episode should be long enough to be relevant, entertaining, and engaging. That's it. So your episodes could be as short as a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and as long as 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. As long as it's engaging for your audience, it's not full of a bunch of fluff that people have to wade through. Make it as relevant as possible to your audience. Get to the good stuff as soon as possible in your episode. And use stories. Use engaging things that put people into the content, and realize that you are somebody's companion as a podcaster. And you wouldn't treat your companions poorly. You would treat them with respect. And you would be engaging with them. So you determine the length of your podcast. And one thing I would do is I would pick what you think would be your ideal length of an episode when you first start, and then get feedback. Ask a podcast friend. Go to a meetup and ask the meetup people at the meetup about your podcast, like the meetups that we do for the How to Podcast series. Go talk to another podcaster. Get advice from somebody who knows about podcasting, who's been doing it for a while, instead of your Aunt Bertha, who has no idea what a podcast is. She's not going to be as helpful as you need. So find people who know what they're talking about. Ask their feedback. And then also ask your audience. And they'll tell you. They might tell you a bunch of stuff that might not be helpful, but at least you get an idea from their perspective. If your show's a little long, a little short. And also you can always look at your analytics and you can see episode by episode how long people are listening. If you don't know what I'm talking about, reach out to me and we can go over this together. I'll gladly show you how you can get more details and listen to what your audience is already telling you by their listening habits if your podcast is too long or too short. But best guess, pick what you think is going to work the best for your audience, who you have in mind, and then tweak as you go. That's how long your podcast should be. As long as a rope needs to be, as long as a rope needs to be. And it doesn't need to be any longer, and it shouldn't be any shorter. So keep that in mind. Any other questions, reach out to me, howtopodcast.ca. Happy to answer any questions around podcasting. Thanks for being here. Take care.